Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing. You can follow my personal social media at Adriana_.
Joseph Diaz Jr., man. After a full training camp at 135, man, how does your body feel, and what can the fans expect from you on Friday?
Man, to be honest, man, I feel really, really great. I feel energized. My body's not depleted. I feel nice and strong. I had a really, really good training camp. We covered all the bases. Made sure that my body filled out at 135 pounds. Gained a little more strength and gained a little more muscle. But my endurance and my conditioning is A1, man. And I'm just excited, man. I got all the energy in the road, and I just can't wait to show out Friday.
Jojo, you're getting the full credit for making this jump to 135 as a new division for you. How do you feel about that kind of appreciation from the fans, man?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I honestly thank all the fans just for all their support and them knowing that I'm taking on a tough challenge at 135 pounds. I mean, this is not a easy challenge that I'm accepting. I mean, I'm going out there and facing a guy that a lot of favorite fighters are ducking and fearing, man. This guy is a boogeyman, but I'm going up to challenge him at 135 pounds, his weight. And I'm planning on going out there and stopping him. I mean, I'm going out there. I had a great training camp, and I'm really ready to go out there and make a statement.
Last time we talked, I asked you about Gervonta Davis fighting Mario Barrios. You predicted that he would have an amazing performance. He did just that, man. What do you think of Gervonta Davis at 140? And should he stay there, or should he come back down to 135? And would you like to fight him? Obviously not looking ahead, but with the winner with Fortuna, that's an option for you.
I mean, Gervonta Davis is a hell of a fighter, man. I think he could compete at 140, 135, even 130, just depending on the opponents that he wants to face and how big of the fight it is, how big of a magnitude of the fight is. I think he could either go down to 130, 135, and 140. Of course, after this Javier fight, man, I would love to challenge Gervonta Davis. We already, exchanged words and DMs before, so I'm up for the challenge, and I know that he will too. We just gotta, build up the fight and build up the hype, and hopefully we can get it on by the end of this year.
Jojo went down in the DM, but what did you tell him? What did he tell you?
I was like, hey, yo, let's set this shit up, man. He was just trying to talk some shit. He was like, I'll beat that ass. I was like, we'll see that. Let's lock it up. He said that he was going to hit up Allerby, but I never got any contact back. So I think that he didn't do it. But at the end of the day, man, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Focus on Javier Fortuna. I'm looking to just beat the shit out of Javier Fortuna, and then after, focus on getting some big fights at 135.
It's a dangerous fight. Fortuna's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
He's a dangerous fighter. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not underestimating him, but I know and I'm very confident in my abilities and how smoothly training camp has went, man. This has been probably the best training camp that I've ever had, even better than Tevin Farmer's camp, man. I feel strong. I feel energized. My body don't feel depleted like how I am fight week, and I'm just excited and ready to go. Especially it's out here in LA, man. I'm gonna have a lot of people out here supporting me as well. So just the energy inside the atmosphere and inside the arena is gonna give me that extra boost and extra motivation to go out there and put on a spectacular performance.
Jojo, the plan for you to stay 135 with Fino?
If the fights are right, I mean, if I get the Devin Haney fight, or if I get like a Gervonta Davis or a Ryan Garcia fight at 135, I'd love to take on those challenges. I'd love to compete at 135 and fight that. I want people to see how good I am at 135. I honestly think that this is the weight that I'm going to be comfortable at, where my power and my strength and my speed is all going to be there. But like I said, man, I can move down to 132. It just all depends on the fights. I mean, I still want to fight Oscar Valdez, Jamal Herring. There's Secure Stevenson as well that is making a major noise at 130 pounds, and he's a really good friend of mine, and he's a good fighter, and it's a good fight for all the fight fans. So if those opportunities were to be aroused and were to be, made up, shit, let's make it happen.
Speaking of Devin Haney,
I want Devin Haney next, man. I want Devin Haney next, especially because we're fighting for the WBC interim title. And Devin Haney, he's at his prime right now, and I'm at my prime. I'm 20 years old, and I feel like I'm at my prime, and I covered all my bases in my professional career as far as fighting tough challenges, fighting experienced fighters where I know it all, and I've seen a lot of things inside that ring where I feel like my experience is gonna be one of the key factors to my major victories inside the rings from here on out in my career.
You guys exchanged some words on Twitter. He called you a bum. You replied. Just talk to me about what happened there right after your meet today.
Yeah, man, I don't know what all that ruckus was about, but Devin Haney was saying that Jojo Diaz was a bum. I guess because he was probably seeing all the interviews that we were doing.
I think he was ranked him like 4th or 5th.
Yeah. Hey, don't get me wrong. He's a good fighter, but I mean, I just speak nothing but truth and facts. Devin Haney's one hell of a fighter, but he hasn't beat anybody to be, a top #1 fighter at 135 pounds. Jorge Linares is a good fighter, and he was a good step up, but Jorge Linares is already getting out of his career, man, and Jorge Linares is not at his prime anymore. I feel like Devin Haney has to fight guys like myself to actually get that recognition, and if he fights me, man, I know that he's going to get the respect, but I'll beat him. I'll beat Devin Haney.
Jojo, rank the lightweights for me, the guys that are there right now. How do you rank those guys right now?
Right now, Teofimo's #1. Teofimo's #1 for me. He's one hell of a fighter, and he's one good puncher too. He's a big motherfucker at 135. After that, I think Gervonta Davis is #2, and then we'll have to go with Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and after that, Javier Fortuna.
What about Lomachenko? Does he still kind of get it there, or maybe?
I think Lomachenko, he's still in the rankings, but I think Lomachenko's going to move back down to 130, and I think that's going to be a better way for Lomachenko as well if he don't get the fight with Teofimo Lopez.
You mentioned you wanted to work, so what do you think about the rematch?
I think that's going to be a good fight. I think Teofimo is one hell of a fighter, and I thought he did a great job, dictating the pace right away and making Lomachenko feel his power and making Lomachenko, second guess himself where he wasn't being as open. But I feel like if Lomachenko just goes in there and beats Lomachenko and just throws a lot of shots and creates those angles, he could beat Teofimo Lopez the second time around, and I think that's what his plan is. I think that he just gave him a little bit too much respect the first go around, but I think this second time, I think he's going to take more chances and more risks and come out victorious next time.
We all know
If you can get that fight against Devin Haney, obviously Ryan Garcia is at 135 as well, same company. In the past, after you got sparred, he called you out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Ryan Garcia called me out, and I mean, we can't get the Devin Haney out, let's fight Ryan Garcia, and I think Ryan Garcia would be intrigued of this matchup as well. I mean, we're two Mexican Americans fighting on Golden Boy Promotions. I think it'll be a sellout here at the Staples Center or at a big arena, and man, it'll generate a lot of fans and it'll generate a lot of buzz. So, I mean, if Ryan Garcia is down with the smoke and if he wants to, fight me, then let's get it, man. I'm with it.
you and Devin, what happens? Prediction?
Me and Devin, I think it'll be a chess match at first. I think he's going to try to dictate his pace with his jab to the body. That's one of the key factors in his game. He has a good controlling jab to the body and jab to the top. But like I said, man, I'm not going to give away my game plan or anything. But I've been in the ring with guys already that fought like him, and I feel like I could break him down. So I think it will just be a good matchup at first. But I think my overwhelming aggressiveness will be the key victory to my win.
Okay, if Tank fights Josh Taylor, what do you think?
Damn, that's a good fight, man. That's a good fight, to be honest, because Josh Taylor is a big 140, and he's a good ass fighter too, and he knows how to fight at his range and fight at his distance. I don't think that Gervonta Davis should take a fight like that right now, because I think that Josh Taylor right now at 140 he would win.